I would pull out of England squads because I think I was in up to like 13, 16 England squads, but I pulled out of quite a few because it was very cliquey. Some England players will deny it, so sometimes I definitely chose club over country as well.
Favourite moment for your career? What comes to mind?
Favourite moment, I would say England debut. I've had a lot of favourite moments with Aston Villa, but I feel that there's so many top players that didn't play for England. And they're other countries, France, Germany, Portugal, or whatever, but there's been big players that haven't played for England.
Yeah.
And that's one of them things that, like, your grandkids, your great-grandkids will look and say, in 100 years, my dad played, my great-granddad played for England.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, it's one of them things that you'll pass your caps that you've got at home down to your kids, and they can show their kids, my dad played for England. Yes, your dad played as a professional footballer for Aston Villa, but so many people do that. But to go and play for your country, to know that one stage you were in the best 11 available for your country is something that no one can take away from you.
It's a recognition that you are the elite of the elite.
Exactly, yeah. It's a lot of players finish their career and say, we still won trophies. But I think I'd rather play for England than win trophies. Because, yes, trophies are amazing, you won a trophy, but some of the players that won trophies and didn't play for their country look back and think they regret it. Oh, why didn't I get called up? I still got called up. You know, you'll speak to them and they'll be like, oh, we still play for my country. You know, that's that hearing the national anthem and you're next to superstars. And the game I played in was Germany away. I think it was
easy game.
Yeah, and it was like back then, it was still the rivalry.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, this is the enemy. We're playing Germany. Like, we can't lose this game. So you had them nerves, dark stadium, no lighting. Do you know, just like you just felt you were in like you were against the odds.
Yeah.
So like that was exciting. But like I said, to play for your country is like the top.
You got 3 caps. Do you think you should have got more?
100%. The reason why I didn't get more, I felt at that time, that era I played in, you had so many good strikers. I mean, let's not even talk about Rooney. You know, Michael Owen to the last bit of his career. Heskey was a player that done very well for England. Capello really liked playing Emile, and he done fantastic. Crouchy. You also had Jermaine Defoe. You had Darren Bent, who was scoring goals. You had Carl Cole doing well. So you look at all them strikers. I'm probably missing a few out as well. So you look at them strikers, and sometimes you look and you think like, oh, didn't get on this week. Okay, didn't get on. Or you look back at it and you're like, he had so many stars to choose out of.
Right.
So it was quite difficult to get in then. Now you look at the England squad and yes, you got Watkins, Tony, Kane. But a year ago, you were probably like, oh, how many have we got?
Yeah.
So also as well, I didn't enjoy going away with England.
Okay.
Do you know? So if I look back and if I had an injury, say if I had a calf injury where maybe it wasn't super bad, but it was something that touch or go might affect you for the next Villa game.
Yep.
I would pull out of England squads because I think I was in up to like 13, 16 England squads, but I pulled out of quite a few because I was more thinking I'm not going to play. Because you had Rooney, you had Crouch, you had Heskey, you had Defoe. I was a bit like, why am I staying here for 10 days at the Grove Hotel in Watford and I can be back at Villa getting treatment, getting ready for the game. We're fighting for Champions League as well. Manager was on board with it. He was like, he'd rather his players who've got little niggles. Because I was playing every game. It was like, you want to go away with England, train hard, and then you don't play in the 2 games, but you're injured for the next Villa game, which is really important. So sometimes I definitely chose club over country as well.
Did you not like going away with England because you felt like you wouldn't play, or was there another reason?
Because of that as well, and because it was very cliquey, and some England players will deny it. The top ones, but the ones that were like maybe not the top ones in the middle, they would all. You've heard players come out and say it. It was very cliquey. Yeah. I remember walking in one day to the canteen at the Grove, and it was like the canteen was, imagine one of them long tables that could fit 30 people on.
Yeah.
And it was all sectioned.
Is that by club as well?
By club.
Like the Man United
so you had
players are together.
Lampard, Terry.
Yeah.
Wright Phillips, Bridge. You had Ferdinand, Rooney, sometimes Wes Brown, or you had who else? Manchester, like Carrick. Then you had like Liverpool. You might have had like players that play for Liverpool with Gerrard and maybe Glenn Johnson. So like it was very like that half of the table is them. You sort of knew your place, you knew your role. Then it was like in the middle you had like the Jagielkas, the Downings, the Mees, the Upsons. Do you know what I mean? You know, like the players that you wouldn't say were top.
Yeah.
Top
and there's not
stars.
4 of you coming from one club
No. And you and then you're there and you're like Beckham right in the middle of the table. Like you knew his seat. You sit there, you're a dead man walking. You know what I mean? That's Beckham's seat. Don't even dare try it.
I'm just going to pause for a second because I'm very proud to announce that this show has its first sponsor, and it's a good one. It's NordVPN. As the owner of a marketing agency that operates online, it's really important for me and my team to stay protected with whatever we're doing online. And that's why NordVPN is essential to the operation of my business. Now, if you're a massive football fan like me, you can't watch every game because of the ridiculous 3 p.m. blackout, but you can if you use NordVPN. You can change your virtual location to another country where that game is actually being played. You can also watch games when you're abroad. NordVPN is also the fastest VPN, so no buffering, lagging, slowing your internet down. To get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/Ben Heath. Our link will also give you 4 extra months on a 2-year plan. There's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the description below. Go ahead and check it out.
So it was like very superstar.
Okay.
Beckham was. Then you had like Rooney, superstar, Ferdinand's, Terry's, Joe Cole's. They were all like a clique.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That wasn't their fault. That's all. That was just what it was like. They were just like comfortable with the players that they share a changing room with at their clubs. But what's good now is it's not like that. It's totally different. You can have a player come and get his first cap. I can imagine sit where you want.
Yeah.
You speak to whoever you want. So that put me off going as well. I didn't really enjoy it. I was like, you're going to go away for 10 days. You're going to be there. You're going to be very cliquey. You probably won't going to play because you had players that were playing at the top clubs back then. So that's why I could imagine the reason why there were 3 caps, not double figures.
It's I've heard that before. You said it was very cliquey that time. It seems somewhat surprising because I think most people look at that group of England players and think it's full of leaders. Yeah. But that's not good leadership to allow that dynamic to occur
100%
within the team.
You'd think like the leaders that were there would say, all right, lads, let's split this group up. Let's go speak to the players that we play against twice a season, but we don't know very well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So new players come into the squad. Okay, then let's. Why don't you go and sit next to Rooney and Carrick? But maybe the convos they wanted to have were not for our ears.
Do you think they're saying, "Oh, he's not good enough" and that sort of thing?
No, probably not that. I can imagine maybe they've got things they're talking about at their club and their personal life and what's going on. Do they want someone that's come from another club listening to what convos they're having? I don't know the reason. Yeah. That could be the reason. I'm guessing a little bit, but it was just very cliquey, and I just don't see that happening now. You know, Southgate's got his flaws of fans, but I could imagine now if you walked in there in your first cap, you're walking in and you're like speaking to everyone. There's no set seat at the canteen. There's no set seat on the coach. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like
there's no throne for Beckham.
Yeah, you're not sitting on the front seat next to the manager or the coach because all the superstars have got the seats at the back.
They take all the back, right?
Yeah, you
like you're 14.
You got to be careful where you sit. But that. I don't hold anything against them players because they're probably just used to it. It might have been like that before they joined. Do you know what I mean? They had to work their way, but it wasn't enjoyable going away.
I think I've heard people like Gary Neville before say that they were concerned about accidentally giving information to the Liverpool players or the Chelsea players that they could then use when they're back at their clubs and because of the rivalries.
Yeah, but you see now the rivalries, like they're picking each other up off the floor.
Yeah.
You got Liverpool, Man United players. I'll help you up. Or Man City, Liverpool, help you up after I tackle you. It never used to be like that. It was quite like you could see Lampard and Gerrard weren't going to be sitting together and having a good catch up. Do you know what I mean? You had the rivalries back then, but it's all changed now.
I wanted to also quickly ask you about a former England manager, Fabio Capello, who obviously was manager in and around when you were in and around the squad. What do you think of him? What are your thoughts of him at this point?
I got a funny story about Capello. I turned up to the Grove Hotel, my first England squad, and as a player, day after a game, 2 days after a game, you want to like relax your feet all over the place from a game. Turned up for breakfast in the morning, walked in with my flip-flops, no socks. Looked at me, says, "I'm on the hole, up." I'm going, what? What's going on? He's gone, up. Socks, trainers, up. All the lads laughing at me. I was like, what have I been called up? What have I been called into? This isn't what I thought. Upstairs, socks, trainers on, come down, he's gone, good, enjoy breakfast. I was like, he hated people, but it was normal to like, your feet need to get air. It makes sense, yeah. You want to get air to your feet, you've got blisters, you've got cuts, you've got, you know what I mean, toenails hanging off, black toenails. And I was like, oh. Then it was like no ketchup. There was no ketchup allowed. It was dinner time. I remember like some lasagna, whatever it was, or a bit of chicken. And I'm a ketchup lover, always have been since young. Have some ketchup, please. They've gone, no. The waitress was like, no. I've gone, okay then. Can I have some butter for the bread? No, no butter. No. I was like, where the hell am I? Why not this at 21? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what was funny, like another couple of trips, got a message to one of the senior players, come to room, blah, blah, blah. Got to the room. I've never seen so much McDonald's. There was like 20 hamburgers, 20 cheeseburgers, chicken royales, ketchup galore, fizzy pop, everything. Security there. And there were like these like FBI sort of security guards with the mics and that. So one of the players that got into them and got everyone McDonald's. There was at least half the players in there munching away, senior players as well. English players back then.
That's
like,
brilliant. Yeah.
9 days of like plain chicken and plain pasta, and you're like, McDonald's. So I'm sorry, Fabio, if you're watching, but
I love that.
We went against you.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this and you want to watch my full interview with Gabriel Van Lahore, you can do so right here.